In the heart of Central America, a monumental project is underway, one that could reshape the region and the world. This is the Nicaragua Canal, a bold and ambitious engineering feat that has captured global attention. With a staggering price tag of $50 billion, this massive waterway is designed to rival, and perhaps even surpass, the legendary Panama Canal in both scale and significance. But this project is about much more than just digging a new trench through the land. It's about challenging over a century of shipping dominance, rewriting the rules of international trade, and opening up new possibilities for global commerce. The implications of the Nicaragua Canal are vast and far-reaching, with the potential to shift global trade patterns and alter the balance of geopolitical power for decades to come. Today's modern cargo ships are growing ever larger, often too massive to fit through the aging locks of existing canals. The Nicaragua Canal promises a much-needed alternative route, capable of accommodating the world's biggest vessels and easing congestion in global shipping lanes. Backed by a powerful coalition of international investors, most notably from China, this project is breathing new life into a dream that has lingered for over 100 years, ever since the idea was first proposed. Supporters hail the canal as a visionary leap forward for Nicaragua's economy and for global trade, promising jobs, growth, and new opportunities. Yet critics are raising urgent concerns about the environmental risks, the displacement of communities, and the social upheaval that could follow. As of September 2025, the world is watching closely. Is this the dawn of a new era in global logistics, or is it a colossal gamble that could end in disaster? The stakes could not be higher. The ripple effects of this project will be felt far beyond Nicaragua's borders, influencing economies, industries, and lives around the globe. Whether the Nicaragua Canal becomes a triumph of human ambition or a cautionary tale, its story is destined to be a global headline for years to come. The dream of connecting oceans is as old as the first explorers who set sail for the Americas. From the moment European navigators glimpsed these distant shores, the idea of forging a passage between the Atlantic and Pacific captured imaginations and ambitions alike. For centuries, daring navigators and traders braved perilous waters, searching for a shortcut that would make global trade faster, safer, and more affordable. The promise of a direct route was a beacon for empires and merchants, fueling exploration and competition. The Panama Canal, completed in 1914 after decades of effort and sacrifice, stood as a monumental achievement in engineering. It revolutionized shipping, slashing travel times and costs, and forever changed the face of international commerce. Yet, as global trade has grown, today's colossal megaships have outpaced the canal's original design, creating a demand for even larger, more efficient routes to keep the world's goods moving. The Nicaragua Canal, once considered a rival to Panama, is now being reconsidered. With advances in technology and the involvement of international investors, the vision of a new canal is being revived with fresh energy and expertise. Its proposed route, making use of the vast expanse of Lake Nicaragua, offers a more direct and potentially transformative path for shipping between oceans. Political debates and environmental concerns have long cast uncertainty over the project, shifting attention elsewhere. But now, with renewed interest and global stakes, the dream of a new canal is alive once more. The world watches as the stage is set for a bold new chapter in maritime history, where innovation and ambition may once again reshape the map of global trade. The Nicaragua Canal project is no longer just a distant dream. After decades of speculation and planning, construction is finally underway. Massive earth movers and cranes now shape the landscape, marking the beginning of what could become one of the world's most ambitious engineering feats. The early phases are focused on building essential infrastructure, roads, bridges, and support facilities, laying the groundwork for the massive excavation that lies ahead. These initial steps are crucial, as they will support the thousands of workers and the heavy machinery needed for the canal's construction. President Daniel Ortega has become the face of the project, championing it as a transformative nation-building enterprise that will reshape Nicaragua's future and bring prosperity to its people. The HKND Group, led by Chinese billionaire Wang Jing, holds the exclusive concession to build and operate the canal. Their involvement has sparked intense geopolitical scrutiny, with global powers watching closely and raising questions about international influence in the region. The canal's proposed route stretches over 3 times the length of the Panama Canal, cutting across Lake Nicaragua and designed to accommodate the world's largest container ships. However, the project faces enormous challenges, including securing adequate financing, conducting thorough environmental assessments, and addressing strong local opposition from affected communities. Persistent delays and setbacks have pushed completion estimates to 2030 or even later, casting uncertainty over the project's timeline and ultimate success. Yet, Ortega remains publicly optimistic, framing the canal as a symbol of national pride and heritage, a legacy for future generations of Nicaraguans. Despite ongoing questions about funding, feasibility, and international criticism, the government's stance is unwavering. Officials continue to push forward, determined to see the project through. The journey is fraught with obstacles and uncertainty, but for many, the dream of the Nicaragua Canal persists, an enduring vision of progress and hope for the nation's future. At the heart of the canal project are President Ortega and Chinese billionaire Wang Jing. For Ortega, it's a legacy project promising economic prosperity. Wang Jing, a visionary entrepreneur, leads the HKND Group with exclusive rights to the canal. The project's geopolitical implications challenge US dominance in the region. Washington expresses concerns over transparency and environmental impact. Neighboring countries worry about shared ecosystems, while global shipping companies weigh potential benefits against risks. The canal is a global chessboard with powerful interests positioning their pieces. The Nicaragua Canal's magnitude is staggering, with a $50 billion cost exceeding Nicaragua's GDP. It includes 2 ports, a free trade zone, and an airport. The canal's dimensions allow passage for the world's largest ships. Massive locks will lift ships over Lake Nicaragua, requiring unprecedented resources. The project aims to handle 5% of global trade, potentially doubling Nicaragua's GDP. However, these projections rely on optimistic assumptions about trade growth. The canal's success hinges on its ability to compete with established routes. The financial and environmental stakes are immense. The Nicaragua Canal could transform global trade logistics. Nicaragua stands to gain from foreign investment and job creation. The canal offers an alternative to the Panama Canal, potentially reducing costs for shipping lines. US East and Gulf Coast ports could benefit from direct Asian shipments. However, Panama faces competition, risking economic impact. The canal could shift trade routes, benefiting some regions while disadvantaging others. Economic risks include reliance on a single project and potential debt. If the canal fails, Nicaragua could face economic devastation. The stakes are high, with global implications. The canal's route displaces thousands, cutting through rural and indigenous communities. Compensation is seen as inadequate, sparking protests and a sense of betrayal. Farmers lose fertile land, and indigenous groups fear cultural loss. The canal divides communities, creating a rift between supporters and opponents. Environmental concerns focus on Lake Nicaragua, a vital water source. Dredging risks contamination and ecological damage. The project threatens rainforests and wildlife, raising alarms among scientists. Critics argue the environmental assessment was inadequate, warning of irreversible damage. Voices of those affected reveal deep concerns. Maria, a farmer, fears losing her land and future. Experts question the canal's economic viability and environmental impact. Dr. Rodriguez highlights logistical challenges and competition with Panama. Dr. Montenegro warns of ecological risks to Lake Nicaragua. Government officials defend the project's planning and potential benefits. An HKND engineer emphasizes advanced technology and economic opportunities. The canal promises jobs and development, but faces significant hurdles. The debate continues, with high stakes for Nicaragua's future. The Nicaragua Canal embodies hope and fear, engineering marvel and environmental risk. Its success or failure depends on global economics and political stability. If successful, it could reshape global trade and elevate Nicaragua's importance. However, failure could leave a scarred landscape and economic ruin. The world has a stake in this outcome, demanding transparency and accountability. Displaced communities' rights must be protected and their voices heard. The canal's future is uncertain, with global commerce hanging in the balance. The world watches as this ambitious project unfolds.